Let's discuss internal audit ethics. We'll discuss the code of ethical conduct for professionals, internal audit ethics, introduction and principles. Then one by one we'll discuss integrity, objectivity, confidentiality and competency. First of all, we should know what is code and what is conduct and why code of conduct is important. Code are required because this is generalized for everyone. We work in multinational organizations and multicultural environment where we have Americans, Germans, Russians, Arabs, non-Arabs. They are having different culture, they have different conducts, they have different code of ethics. So we cannot rely as an organization on their personal preferences and personal code of ethics. That's why we have to make one general code of ethics, even you are which nationality, which color you belong to. This is a standard procedure. This is the general code that you are expected to follow. That's why every organization should have a code of ethics, code of conduct. The conduct is the expected behavior and that you are expecting from your employees. In terms of integrity, it should be a core value of your characteristics, that no one can give you money and get the opinion of your own favor because you are an internal auditor and you are going to audit. And if you don't have integrity, means whenever you catch something, you can take money and you can remove the objections. So as a core role, you should have integrity. In terms of objectivity, there are two words. One is subjectivity, the other is objectivity. Subjectivity means that when I say this will happen and this happening is extracted by my feelings, this is subjective. So we cannot say your accounts is bad based on my feelings. This is subjective. Objectivity is opposite. When I say something, I have sufficient reliable evidence for it. My opinion is based on facts and figures. This is objectivity. Confidentiality is because we are an internal auditor and we have access to the records. So we have to maintain the confidentiality of the organization, the records and information. In order to make ourselves more competent, we should have skills, knowledge and experience. Generally, when we see ethics comes two ways. One is the individual way, like my ethics, your ethics, and one is the organizational ethics. For example, if organization is not ethical, what they do is they buy cheap quality goods and they sell it. Once they sell it, if the client comes for a complaint, they don't entertain him, right? So, and the client become angry, but they don't care. They said sell and leave it. In that case, if you don't like, it's a mismatch between you and the company. And it can be opposite. The company is very much cautious about the customer services, customer care, and they take all the necessary steps that when the customer calls a company, so he or she should be properly taken care. So even the secretary who is going to pick the call, she can sound that she's friendly to you, she's taking all the care, and she's giving all due respect to you as a customer. So when we see ethics, there are business ethics, there are the individual ethics. Then ethical issues, one of the biggest issue is the conflict of interest. Like, you are the CEO and you made a company, and the company where you are CEO, you are a decision maker, company is buying from that. So it's a conflict of interest. You are getting a personal gain because of your positions, which is an ethical issue. Sometimes what you do is you appreciate your assets, your turnovers to get good loans, good appreciation, and bonuses, which is not real. you are complying with law. Certain people don't comply with taxation, they don't pay full tax. Some people don't pay the salaries on time, even they don't pay full salaries, they put deductions. This is all related to their ethics. So when we see ethics, there are two types of ethics. One is the internal and one is the corporate. Okay, now what are the factors that may lead to unethical behavior? There are factors like if you are in personal crisis, you have no option to get money, so you will do fraudulent activities within the office. If you are in accounts receivable, you will receive money from customer, you will use it for your personal gain. And then sometimes you have a pressure to do bad things because company is going in loss. This is like a management frauds. They will put some entries, make it okay. In fact, the position was not okay. So pressure to improve short-term performance. Sometimes strict chain of command says that, you say my boss is doing, so I am doing, Informal work loyalties means someone is stealing from warehouse and you are accounts receivable, but he is your same nation, same countryhood, so you are covering himself. And sometimes committee decisions, process reduce individual responsibilities. When you say that I'm not responsible, this is a policy, go and check with that. External factor may be competitors. Competitor is doing something bad, so which give you an excuse that you are also doing bad. For example, they are saying this is a bottle, if you take this is 20 minutes, you will be fresh. So in fact, it's not like this. So you are saying 30 minutes. This car life is 2 years, you say 3 years. So these things, sometimes give you doing unethical claims, false commitments because of your competitors. As I tell you in the start that code of ethics is very important. There should be a general system of values because a Spanish value is different from a German value. German value is different from British values. Every society has its own values. So we have to create a common code of conduct. Like, how people will behave, what is expected from them and what is not expected from them. What is legal, what is not legal. And a complaint management procedure, all that, if they have a complaint, what they will do, what is ethical, what is not ethical, what is all that we have to define as a general value system. A typical code for auditor or accountant requires it should be independent. We should show integrity, that no one can pay and get our opinion. Objectivity we have based on our mental attitude, we are fair. Let's talk about governance. Governance is the set of policies and procedure, how the way we run the show of the company is called governance. So internal audit activity must assess and make appropriate recommendation to improve the governance. This is our built-in role. As internal auditor, we are working add value, we are looking to risk management, control and governance. This is our default part. So we should promote appropriate ethics, we should communicate risk controls and coordinate with the different activities in order to improve the governance. Governance process meet 4 responsibilities. One is the compliance with law, then the satisfaction of generally accepted norms and satisfactions, what benefits we are giving to the society as a corporate social responsibility, and reporting fully and truthfully to ensure accountability, means our all reports going out of the offices to environmental, to tax, to the government, to regulator is purely fair and people can trust that. For governance, we have to make a culture. This culture sets what are your values, how you think, what are your objectives, what are expected from your employee, what you want to do, what you want not to do as a management. Then you define the performance criteria that every year employee has these KPIs, key performance indicators, and then you evaluate against that ones. So these are the good governance.